Hi there, everybody. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Riley. I am an assistant professor of multimedia journalism here at Georgia Southern University, and I will be the one teaching your online Introduction to Journalism class this summer. I had some early notes I wanted to share with you all, so I figured I'd put them in this welcome video that I will be posting on the Folio site, as well as sending you all via email. I figured the easiest way to convey this stuff to you guys was just via one quick video. For those of you who hate videos in online classes, congratulations, this will be the only one you have to watch. Everything else is done via written lectures from here on out. And so let's kick off some of the stuff early on. I just want to let you guys know I'm extremely excited to be teaching you all this class. Introduction to Journalism is one of my favorite classes to teach. In my career, I've taught this class for about 7 years now at various different universities. Here as well, I've taught it online, I've taught it in person, I've taught it hybrid. I just really love this class. And so I'm super excited to have a fresh new batch of people to teach introductory journalistic writing to. As you guys probably know from the fact that you are not in a room in Sanford Hall, that you are at home right now watching this video, that this is an online only class. We will never meet, we'll never actually have a get together. This will all be done via the computer and the wondrous, magical miracle that is the internet. So with that, let's talk about some of the things you want to do after you've watched this video welcoming you to the class. The first thing you want to do is go to the Folio site and check out the conveniently labeled module called Start Here. I figured that was the easiest way to get you started in the right spot. The Start Here document just goes over very quickly some of the basic ideas of the class, fundamentally what it will cover, as well as some other instructions for places to begin if you're feeling a little bit lost. So that's a good place to start, is again the module conveniently labeled Start Here. Now, once you've done that, what I'd like you to do is take a look at the syllabus. The syllabus is located on the module labeled Syllabus. Read through it, make sure you understand some of the course descriptions, the course objectives, make sure that you understand how the assignments are structured, make sure that you check out my policies on late work and deadlines and any of that stuff. Make sure you understand how the class works. Also, make sure that you note the contact information and all my stuff that's located at the top of the syllabus. That is where you will find all that stuff for the rest of the semester. Okay, so once you have done the Start Here document and the syllabus, the next big thing is to make sure that you are registered for My Writing Lab. My Writing Lab is a online grammar class. It's a grammar lab run by Pearson. And you have to complete it during this summer semester. It is a departmental policy, a departmental rule that I cannot change, that you have to take My Writing Lab and you have to pass My Writing Lab for Intro to Journalism. That is just a cemented, hard and fast rule. So the first thing to do here is to make sure that you are paid up and registered for the lab. Now you can do that one of two ways. One, you can either purchase the access from the bookstore if you are in or around Statesboro, or you can go to the Pearson website and purchase access there. Either way, you're going to pay the exact same amount of money. It's about $40. What you're going to get is simply a login access code that gives you access to the online site. If you buy it in the bookstore, they literally just give you a pamphlet with the thing printed on the inside of it. If you buy it online, they just log your username as being able to access it. So from that point, once you have purchased the online access to My Writing Lab, you will then be able to enter the course ID. Now that will put you connected with my account so that every time that you pass one of the sort of sectioned off areas of My Writing Lab, it will notify me. It'll also make sure that you're connected so that I get your scores at the end of it. And that's going to be very important because, again, you have to pass My Writing Lab to pass the course. It doesn't matter if you have got a 100%, if you have done A material for everything else in the class. If you don't pass My Writing Lab, you automatically fail Introduction to Journalism. And that will make me very, very sad if I have to fail you for that. So just, hey, do my writing lab. It's not terribly difficult. You just have to get it done. You will find the course ID, so the thing that will loop into this connected course. You'll find that in the instructions. The instructions are on the Folio site. On the left-hand side, there's a module called My Writing Lab. Click on that. You'll find both the instructions on how to manage the course as well as the course ID. So make sure you've read through that. And as always, if you have any questions about it, please let me know. The first deadline for My Writing Lab, where I'm going to go in and check to make sure you're doing it, is the first Friday of the course. So please make sure you're getting on the ball on this. Don't fall behind. So now that we've talked a little bit about My Writing Lab, let's talk about some of the structure of the rest of the course. The course is divided up into roughly 5 weeks. And so you'll notice on the left-hand side of the Folio site, each sort of section of modules there is labeled in a week structure. So you'll see week 1 starting with June 18, which is technically the Monday, even though it will open up on Sunday. Now each module for each week has got 4 distinct subsections. One of them is called lectures. That's where you'll find the specific lectures on the topics we'll be going over that week. The lectures will cover everything from how to write leads, how to do interviews, how to write in journalistic form and fashion, how to follow AP style, etc. and so forth. They are converted PowerPoints that are turned into PDF files. That makes them pretty convenient to print for those of you who want to print them off and take them somewhere. Let's say you're going to be at the beach, you want to read through Introduction to Journalism notes at the beach. You can print off the slides as like 4 slides per page. It'll cut down on paper and ink. Also, because they are PDFs, it makes them easy to load onto a smartphone or tablet. So let's say you want to save the trees and you don't want to print stuff. You can load the PDFs on your phone, and while you're out doing things this summer, you can read through the lectures. Let's say you're waiting in line somewhere or you're at a lake or something, you want to read through the lectures. Cool, they're convenient that way. So the lectures will be labeled Lecture 1 through Lecture 21, I believe. We have 21 different ones the summer semester. Those are going to all be there. And they're divided by week. Also, under the week modules, you'll find attendance. That's where we'll have our attendance checks. More on that in a second, but make sure you're keeping track of those. There's going to be roughly 1 of them a day. That's where you'll find them. You'll also find a tab called Writing Assignments. If there is a writing assignment that is due that given week, that's where you'll find the instructions for the writing assignment. And finally, there'll be a tab called Tests. That's where you'll find your quizzes. There will be about 2 a week, as well as the midterm and final exam. And again, the class is divided up into 5 weeks based on those 5 modules, and each module will have sort of subsections, tabs for lectures, attendance, writing assignments, and tests. That's where you'll find the meat and potatoes of the course. So that is roughly the structure. Everything else that's in the tabs are kind of helpful guides for things. So for those of you who may have had some trouble with financial aid or getting stuff in on time, I've posted the first 2 chapters of the textbook in PDF form. You'll find that there, as well as some checklists and guides, helpful stuff for editing. But the real sort of core component of the course are those 5 weekly modules. Make sure that those are the things that you are keeping on track of. And those will open on a week-by-week basis. I don't have anything scheduled for weekends. It is mostly set up Monday to Friday. However, I will open the modules every Sunday prior to that, starting Monday, to give those of you who want an early start to it, they'll start there. So now that we've gone over some of the course structure, let's talk specifically about some of the assignments that we will be doing for grades in this course. Now, all of this is spelled out in detail in the syllabus, but some of you maybe learn a little bit better or want to hear it out loud explained by me. So here we go. There are 900 points available in this class. That's how you're graded. Out of those 900 points, you've got roughly 6 different ways of earning those points. Some of them are made up of different smaller pieces, and some of them aren't. So let's go step by step. The first are exams. They're worth 100 points each, and there are 2 of them. There is a midterm exam and there's a final exam. The midterm exam will come halfway through the semester. The final will be at the end of the semester. And those are, again, worth about 100 points, or they're worth 100 points each. They're about 35 to 50 questions each. And they'll go over the course material. They're not closed book or anything. When you take these exams, You should have your textbook, you should have your printed off notes, you should have any notes you've taken along the way. They are built for you to access and to be able to go back and check the stuff you've learned and apply it. So that's how those will be, exam-wise, will be working this semester. And you'll have a couple of days to take those, and they are time limited. You'll also have quizzes. Those are worth 20 points each, and there's about 2 per week. The quizzes will be on the smaller side of things. They will usually be questions either about AP style, which if you don't know what that is yet, that's totally okay. You'll learn. There'll also be just news quizzes. So some of the quizzes are, hey, here's a list of 10 different keywords that are in the news right now. Pick 5 of them and explain in a sentence or 2 why they're in the news. So I'm filming this on June 13th, for example. If I had one of them that was listed as Singapore, you could pick that one and write a sentence that says Singapore is the city where Donald Trump and the North Korean President Kim Jong-un, I had to remember it for a second, met for their historic peace summit. So that could be just a simple sentence of answering, hey, why is this word in the news? Why is this thing in the news? That's the big lesson there. So that's how some of the quizzes will be set up. Usually they're going to be set up so that there's one due on Wednesday, one due on Friday, and you'll have a couple days to take those. Okay, so now that we've got exams and quizzes out of the way, the next 2 are major writing assignments. Those are going to be worth 100 points each, and those are writing full news stories. One will be roughly halfway through the semester, one will be at the end of the semester. They're again worth 100 points each. One will be off of a news prompt where I'll give you all the information, and the other is where you will actually go out into the world and apply your skills, and you will write a news story all on your own. By the end of this semester, you will know exactly how to do that, and that's really awesome. Okay, building up to the major writing assignments, you have minor writing exercises. Now, those are worth a certain amount of points depending on how much you have to do. Some of them are 20, some of them are 30, some of them are 50. Those are scattered out throughout the semester, and those are, again, building up to the major writing assignment. The minor writing exercises are pretty small. Some of them are only, hey, write a sentence, write a lead, apply attribution, smaller things like that. And they'll have some fast turnaround on the grading. Outside of that, you'll have the My Writing Lab. That's worth 100 points. And that is either do or die. That is either you do the My Writing Lab and you get the points for it, or you don't and you fail the entire course, which is terrifying. So, hey, do My Writing Lab. And finally, last but not least, you have attendance checkups. Okay, so this being an online class and it being a very short online class, I needed to build something into the class that makes sure that you are checking it daily, make sure that you are thinking about stuff daily, making sure that you are doing the readings for the course, making sure that you are, and a lot of them are going to be readings on the course, making sure that you're active in it. So every single day, there is a very, very small tiny assignment that you have to do in this class. A lot of it will be, hey, find this page in the textbook. It says this. What does that mean? Or apply that to an assignment that you just did. Or it's got this quote in the book. What does that quote mean? They're literally 1 or 2 sentences, most of them, and they are due every day, and they're due every day at noon. So you need to give yourself time every morning in this class to do what we're going to call the attendance checkup assignments. I know that might seem scary that you have an assignment due every single day. They are worth 5 points apiece, so missing one won't be the end of the world, but they add up fast, so please make sure you are doing them. And just a word on reading as well, because the attendance checks are so connected to the textbook. When you click on the weekly modules on the Folio site, what you'll see at the top is sort of a blurb, and that blurb will tell you all of the readings you'll need to be doing that week for the textbook. Also, each attendance check very clearly tells you where in the book you need to find the information. So again, I'm not kind of quizzing you on memorization. I'm asking you to go get your book, open to the right page, read it, and then kind of think about it a little bit. Okay, so those are the assignments in the course. Again, the big ones are the exams and the major writing assignments, and then the quizzes and minor writing exercises build up to that. Okay, so we've talked about the assignments. Some just overall thoughts and ideas. This is a very short class. It's only 5 weeks long. Technically listed as 4 weeks, but it's 5 weeks. So that's a very short period of time. Do not fall behind. Give yourself time every single day to do a little bit of reading, to do the attendance check, to read through the lectures, and to make sure that you really get the material. It's very, very easy to fall behind in this class. So you need to make sure that you are working very diligently every single day, making progress. Now, let's say that you find yourself falling behind, or you're worried you're going to fall behind. Let's say that you're not absorbing the material as quickly as you thought you would. Let's say you're struggling with one of the lectures and you're just not getting how to apply it. Let's say you didn't do so good on one of the minor writing exercises and you're worried that's going to affect the major writing assignment. Don't sit there and struggle. This is a class that is difficult already, so please, I am paid money to teach you. I am paid money to guide you and to help you and to lead you. So if you have questions, if you have a million questions, ask me them. Don't sit there and just struggle on your own. Email me, contact me in ways we'll talk about in a second. Get clarification. There's no such thing as a dumb question in this class. Everybody's starting off on a really basic foot here. So please, if you don't understand anything at all in this class, or you're worried about anything, or you need any clarification, ask me. Please, please, please. Now, normally this is where I would tell you to come to office hours, but that's a little hard with this being an online class. So what we're going to do is this. Once a week on Thursdays from 9 a.m. till noon, I'll be logged into Skype. Now, if I figured out how to do this thing correctly on YouTube, my Skype thing should pop up here in a second. You can use the chat feature in Skype. You can do an audio call. You can do a video call, whatever you're comfortable with for those 3 hours. And just ask me questions and questions and questions and questions. We're going to use that as a form of sort of digital office hours. So between those, let's say you can't log in during those periods of times, or you don't have Skype or whatever. On top of that, just make sure you're contacting me if you have questions about anything. And there's good ways to contact me. There's always the classic email. Just do me a favor, though, if you email me. And my email address is located on the top of the syllabus. If you email me, please put MMJ2331 in the subject line. I get a lot of email, and so if I can search my email every morning for that keyword and have any email with that pop up, that will save you and me both a lot of time, and I'll find your email a lot faster. On top of that, I've actually found there's 2 ways of having student contact work faster. And that first of them is Twitter. I'm on Twitter a lot, probably more than I should be. Anytime I just find that my brain is bored, I just go to Twitter. And so if you direct message me or @tweet me on Twitter, I will see it immediately and be able to respond pretty fast. I'll make my Twitter account pop up here in the magical power of YouTube. But just so you guys know, that is a very fast, easy way to contact me. As a matter of fact, I think I'll probably be able to turn that around a lot faster than email in the summer semester. So contact me on Twitter if you have a Twitter account. Also, following the ways of technology, I started a GroupMe for this course. So if you have any questions or want to get in contact with me or anybody else in the class, if you have a question that you think is good for the group, if you just want to ask somebody else in the class for help, go ahead and go ahead and join in, be a part of that GroupMe. I'll put the address for it up as well. So I've tried to make contacting me, I've tried to make having dialogues in this class and asking questions as easy as possible, because that's one of the more difficult parts for an online class. So with that, I think we're going to have a good semester. Again, if you start to feel like you're falling behind, or if there's anything at all you don't understand, please contact me sooner rather than later. But otherwise, I think we're going to have a really awesome semester. And with that, go read the Start Me document. Bye.